through damn near 10 years, at least physical education class, right? Give me one thing you learned about your physical education from physical education class. He like, they still ain't giving me nothing, you feel me? We don't really learn all that. I don't think you need to get a clinical doctorate to learn about your body, because we all got bodies, right? But it's the same thing why I don't teach you taxes, you know what I'm saying? Because they want you to pay somebody else to do it. But that's besides the point, right? So we're gonna talk about a couple different things that I've seen is like the biggest pieces for hoopers that we miss, especially when it comes from a mobility, stability standpoint. And then after that, we're gonna get the hoop. Boom, we're gonna start off with ankle mobility. You're gonna find a space on the wall. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my fist, right? I'm gonna be 1 fist length away from the wall. So I get there, I wanna keep my heel down and make my knee touch the wall, right? Don't let your heel come up. See how that joint's starting to rise up, Gooch? All right, let me see you go back a little bit. Yeah, that ain't bad, that ain't bad. You getting close, but watch this. Come back a little bit. If I put my leg right here and I'll push you right here, go ahead, try that again. See how it's a lot more space right there? Because that hip, you're gonna get internal rotation. The body is trying to figure out how to do any type of task the easiest way possible. So if you don't got the mobility here, it's gonna try to create the mobility here. So it looks like you're good, but it's not coming from the ankle. You feel what I'm saying? So we gotta look a little bit deeper to see how your body's compensating for stuff. You just came from an Achilles surgery. I know it's something different on this side.
I can't even touch it. Look.
Yeah, but I mean, you got a good reason. You a little far too. Or a little close, I should say. Let me see your fist. Let me see that. Go fist length away. But turn that joint this way. Boom, yep, now from there. It's not horrible. Nah, that heel coming up. Yep. Gather in over here, because we're gonna talk about just like a little quick movement to help with that. That if you do this, like take 5 minutes each day, it starts to build up, right? So you can use your hands, you can use your arms, you can use your weight, it don't really matter. But the movement is gonna look like this. Same exact movement that we did to the wall, right? Keeping that heel tucked in. You wanna keep your knee in line with like your middle 3 toes. Don't let that hip shoot out. Try to keep everything in line. And you just let gravity do the work. Lean forward, you should be feeling that either back here, you might feel a little pinch in the front, hold 5 seconds, and come back, right? Do that 10 times, and then try that against the wall again and see what that feel like, what the difference is. I know those weights is light, so you can push down and all that. The big thing is just making sure you get that, but keep trying to keep that heel down. Once you get to the end, really sit in that 5 seconds and let that leg relax. Really sit in that 5 seconds, especially on that right side for you. Try and keep that guy, yep. It's not bad. Because a lot of times when we stretching, we going, what we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm ready to hoop. What's your body gonna do as soon as I let this go? Right back to where it started. We confuse the sensation of stretch with actually getting physiological change, right? When we're really just setting off the stretch receptors in the muscles. So after you give me 10 each side, go back to the wall, try that joint again. Right, this is just low hanging fruit. You could be in front of the TV, chilling. After dinner, you macking, just knock out a couple of these joints. We do too much acceleration and deceleration, too much up and down for the ankles to not have the proper range available to them. That's where a shit ton of your power is gonna come from. That joint touch it now, almost. Ooh, yeah, you're not bad. Now that was what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Imagine you do this every day for 2 weeks straight. Yeah, these is gonna be especially good for you, Chris. Coming off that Achilles. It's just a real quick strength screen for the ankle, right? All you're gonna do, you can use your hand on the wall and you're just going 15 heel raises. All the way up, control it on the way down, right? Don't just drop, come up and drop straight down. Pay attention to when your ankle starts to get tired. Is it rep 7? Is it rep 8? When does the movement quality start to break down? If you want to hoop, if you gotta be able to do 15 single leg calf raises. Chris, I know that joint feel different. We gotta get Chris ankles right. How that feel, both sides? About the same? Solid. I honestly like to keep things very simple. I don't like to overcomplicate shit. This is an ankle movement that, like, when it comes to a prep movement before we hoop and all that, real simple. Find a line. You probably seen people do this all the time, right? Boom. Just popping over and back, all right? Give me over and back is 1, give me 15 forward and back, and then 15 lateral. But think you're trying to hit the same 2 spots every time. We're not just jumping to jump, right? It's a lot of coordination involved in hoop. You're trying to get to a certain spot. Start to take notes. Is this easier or harder on my right or left side? Do I get fatigued on one ankle quicker than the other? Couple little things for the ankles, nothing too crazy. Now we're gonna move on to the hips. So hoopers hate hips, I'll tell you that much. All right, so first thing I want y'all to do, and we could get a little bit tighter for this one. You're just gonna give me 10 air squats. 10 air squats, straight, boom, right? Just take inventory of what your body feels like when you're doing it, right? Because we're gonna retest it after we go through what I like to call my hip trilogy, this little hip series. So we're gonna find a little space. Call these my 90-90 series, right? One leg, 90 degrees, other leg, 90 degrees. The bottom of your foot should be in line with that back leg. Right, so Chaz, I say take your right foot and push it towards the wall a little bit more. Yup. Yeah, you don't like it. That hip don't like that. You don't like that. Chris, bring your foot out a little bit. Am I able to keep my chest straight up? Right? Like, how hard is it? And I already know for that right hip gonna be talking to you, right? So you wanna have your belly button in line with your front leg. From there, you driving down that front knee, driving into the ground. And then lift up with the back. Just try and lift up as high as you've got without turning. Try to keep that chest straight up, boom. Control it on the way back down. Well, now we're working on hip dissociation. Being able to use both hips independently of each other. Basketball is a single leg sport. You know what I'm saying? It's a single leg sport. So you gotta be able to have single leg mobility, single leg strength on both sides. All right, flip over, try to do the same thing, get that belly button in line with that front leg. Try to keep your chest up as upright as possible. Really dry that front knee. Now you see how much space you got with that right leg underneath that? Right, yeah, right? Just little notes, little things I'll say like, okay, yeah, I know you can work on some external rotation of that right hip. Just being in a position, you can see it. You driving down, you're lifting up, and now I'm transitioning with it. So I'm here, I'm trying to keep my chest as upright as possible. I can use my hands for some leverage and support, trying to keep my feet in the same spot. I'll pause here, come down, opposite side. This ain't something you're gonna rush through. Take your time with this, right? Feel like you're controlling yourself through it. It's one thing for me to just sit here and pull my hip into different ranges. It's another thing for me to actively control it through ranges. Same starting position, I should say. The fist that's foot side, you're gonna be out, just squeezing it. You can use this for support, but I don't want you pushing all your weight through it. So you're gonna drive your knee into the ground, and you're gonna bring your chest down as far down as possible. And then try to push yourself up with that leg. Try to use as much as your leg as possible to push yourself back up. So if I didn't use my hand here, I would be pushing myself up with driving my knee into the ground. So you should be feeling that deeper into that glute on that side, depending on how far you can get down. Yeah, we gotta get your hips right, my boy. Now after you're done with that last set, you're gonna pop back up, give me those 10 air squats again and talk to me about what that feel like. Better, worse, just about the same.
Loose, I feel more loose.
You know what I mean? So now when he try to hit you with that, you gotta open up, it's a lot easier. Your body been open, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more easy to get there and then provide force through that because you're working on it. Now you can see that, I mean, you got a reason, the left ankle. And when he does that, the left ankle comes up. Like, do that again. Right? So that ankle mobility that we just talked about, if I can't get that motion from here, the body's gonna make it come from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that ankle mobility is one of the first things we think about, because everything is bottom up. You know what I'm saying? So that ankle is gonna stop me from going down here. That's gonna stop me from generating as much power as I can. That's gonna stop me from getting that rebound and getting a putback dunk put on my head. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. All right, single leg stuff, because we talking about hoopers. Everything is single leg. You know what I'm saying? Most things are single leg when we talking about stability. If you're trying to Euro step somebody, if you're trying to go up, it's all one leg. Y'all don't need that much space with this. We just gonna go RDL action, right? So you here, slight bend in the knee. If you want to have an object or something to tap, you can. All you're going to be doing is hinging at the hip, coming down, tapping, boom, driving up. Opposite hand, yep, left hand. All right, so think, how easy is this? How much do I gotta concentrate to do this? Right, and this is with no weight. As we progress this, start to load it up. Kettlebells, adding pushes, presses. But if we're not foundationally, if we're not there yet, it ain't no reason to get it too loaded up. We're gonna talk about the hip flexors real quick. Then we're gonna do a little stability test and then probably get the hooping, honestly. Your legs up and you're gonna bring it up as high as you can, right? Then you're gonna let it go. And don't let it drop. You're gonna try to hold that for 30 seconds. It needs to be above 90 degrees. Don't let it drop. Try to keep that up. Because we're trying to attack the hip flexor right now, right? You try to fight to keep that over 90. All right, so to fix what we want to attack with that, where you're going to be here, sitting straight. I'm driving my knee into the ground, and then all I'm going to do here, lift up, try and keep my chest up, 5 seconds, slowly lower it. Don't let it drop down. But when we're talking about trying to minimize the risk of injury, like these are the little pieces that make a difference. Because it ain't never going to be no way to stop an injury from happening. If somebody tell you that, they lying to you. You know what I'm saying? I.e. Kevin Durant in a warm-up line. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop that from happening. But it's a lot of shit we could be doing to minimize the risk of it starting or happening in the first place. All right, so we're going to be down here. Triple hop. We're going to use this little line right here, and we're going to go in twos. We're going to be here. We're going to start, you could get like warm-up joints in where you're just here and you're hopping, out, landing, sticking it, right? But for the test, you actually gonna do it 3 times. So it's gonna be boom, boom, boom. Try to stick that. Yeah, all right, who trying to go first? Who think they, you wanna go, Chris?
Yeah, let me go first.
Bet. Right, y'all can do whatever leg y'all want. But y'all gonna do both. See that? That wouldn't count. You gotta stick it. Gotta stick it. Gotta stick it. I say go at the same time. Cause you gotta think, you going full speed. You got somebody on your back, you got a big coming, and you're supposed to see a kick, and you trying Euro step. Like if you don't got that type of stability, you know what I'm saying? That makes it a bad move. But if you got that, it's, oh, all right, easy. Because I'm not thinking about anything that's going on down here. All right, gotta be able to control it. You gotta be able to control it because you can't overshoot. Basketball is nothing but acceleration, deceleration. Who can get to that spot the fastest and who can stop the fastest. So if you can generate all the power you want. If you can't stop and control it, it don't matter. That's a charge. You go another way. Not bad, not bad. Kind of like a little self-evaluation. Like, what is it? What am I feeling? What am I working on? Or what do I need to work on? Do I feel like I'm losing my balance one way versus another? Is it hard for me to stop and observe that force? You feel me? Ready, go. Right? That stop, you got. And then right leg. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully it's, you know what I'm saying, probably open your eyes to 1 or 2 things to think about. I'm gonna tap in with each one of y'all because I'm gonna put together a little program for y'all based on the shit that I saw. You know what I'm saying? Just like a little month's worth of workouts that's gonna touch on some of that.
I said, yo, it's wrapped up?
You sure?
Thank you.
You already got one, but you get another one, Kazi. It's a company out DC that I'm partnering with, but these is fire. I don't know if y'all ever had these wellness shots. This joint right here, before a game, different. They got different joints. It's good for gut health and then recovery.
Yep, thank you.
Me, I'm gonna take one of these before but all these is rocking. We got the ginger, lemon, and ginseng. We got the tart cherry black pepper. We got cinnamon honey. Get you just right. Whoo, that joint got a kick too, boy. Yeah, after that, niggas just play King of the Court. Get to it, get rocking, get a little sweat in. We gonna get it in and I'm gonna hop in and try and get it done.